Welcome. You are encouraged to start in a place that you're comfortable. That might be seated, that might be standing. Today I'm going to begin seated. We'll just begin by tuning into our body, noticing all the sensations in the body. Some areas might be tight or tense. Some areas might be relaxed or open. And perhaps tuning into the rhythm of your breath, noticing the flow of your inhale and the flow of your exhale. Beginning by lengthening each inhale and each exhale, encouraging every breath to be a little longer, smoother, and softer than the breath before. Transitioning into engaging in Ujjayi breath, if that's how you want to breathe in your practice. Ujjayi is when we make that slight constriction at the back of the throat as you inhale and exhale. It is an audible breath. You should be able to hear yourself breathe. With this Ujjayi breath, let's begin to transition into a forward fold. So making your way to your feet and allow your upper body to drape over top of your legs. Now if your low back needs some releasing, perhaps taking a deep bend through the knees. If you're looking to get more into the hamstrings, straightening out the legs. You might play with bringing the weight into the toes or into the heels. Maybe a little side to side. Getting into our low back, perhaps grabbing opposite elbows, turning to the left and rolling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up, taking a sunflower, bringing those arms up and over and to the right, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. Breathing in, slowly rolling up the right side of the body. Bring the arms up and over and rolling down the left side of the body. Coming to center, take a deep bend through the knees and slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to standing. Rolling those shoulders up, back, and down, maybe a few times. Bringing the feet right under the hips, spreading the toes, and anchoring down through all four corners of your feet. Taking a breath in, finding some length through the crown of your head, and a breath out, grounding through the feet. Inhaling, sweeping those arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, got the left hand in front, right hand in left hand behind, right hand in front, hips to face forward. And then breathing and reaching those arms up, and we'll switch right hand behind, left hand in front. Inhale, reaching those arms all the way up, perhaps interlacing the fingers, extending them nice and high to the ceiling, and then reaching the arms over to the right, hips to the left. Breathing and rising up and over to the other side. Inhale back through, center, big stretch up, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale for a halfway lift and lengthen. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together and lengthen the back of your neck. When you're ready, planting your hands down, stepping your left leg back, lowering the knee and finding a low lunge. Your shoulders can come over top of your hips if you like, or you can keep your hands down. It's totally up to you. Just allowing your breath to move freely and fully. Engaging that Ujjayi breath. One more breath. And then perhaps guiding the hands to the ground, moving into a half split, shifting the hips back over the left knee, flexing the right toes upwards. Really begin to squeeze those shoulder blades together, flatten out your spine, guiding your chest down towards the mat, pulling that right hip back ever so slightly, left hip forward. Breathing here. Perhaps beginning to flow, inhaling, coming forward for your low lunge, lifting the heart upwards. Exhaling, rounding the spine over your right leg. Breathing in, low lunge. Breathing out, half spline. Let's take one more like that. Breath in and breath out. All right, we are on our left legs. We're going to slowly lift up and then begin to pivot towards your left side. So the left toes are going to turn 90 degrees. Our right leg is extended out to the side. Your foot can be parallel with the short edge of your mat or pointed on an angle, whatever feels good in your body. Sliding the right hand down the leg, sweep the left arm up, and then we'll begin to tip over, finding length in the side body still as we reach over. Try not to put any weight on your knee with that right hand, finding your breath. And slowly rising all the way up, planting your left hand down, reaching your right arm up, and then you have the option to even float that right foot. Breathing here. Here you can do all sorts of things, from creating some gentle circles to bending your knee and reaching for it with your hand, pressing your hips forward. We're here for one more breath. And then gently release. Lower the right foot down. Use the strength of your obliques to slowly pull yourself all the way up. From here, we'll guide our fingertips to the ground. Slowly curl the left toes under and transition into a side squat. So we're going to walk our hands over to the right leg and extend the left heel out. Breathing here in your side squat. See if you can find a little bit more length here through the spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keeping those fingers on the ground, we'll slowly transition equal weight in both feet. Toes slightly out, heel slightly in, and we'll lift up into our goddess squat. Option here to have your arms out in a cactus, or you can stretch them out, whatever feels good for you. In a moment, we're going to begin to flow, so let's take one full breath wherever you're at. And inhale, sweep those arms all the way up, straighten those legs. And as you exhale, draw those elbows down into a goddess squat. Nice work. Breath in, sweep those arms up. Breath out. Yes, breath in. And breath out. All right, let's reverse it all on the other side. So we're going to rise up. Your right leg is going to stay as it is. Your left leg is going to stay as it is. And we're going to slowly bend through the left leg to lower the hips into this side squat. You can peel the right toes up off the ground. Breathing here. Find some length. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly bring weight into our hands, transition our right knee down and our left leg to extend. Nice work. Okay, planting that right hand down, reaching the left arm up, option to lift the left toes. You can circle that leg if you'd like, or perhaps bend the knee and grab the foot and begin to kick. Whatever feels right for you and your body today. And then gently release if you have the foot. We'll lower that left foot down. Use the strength of your obliques to slowly rise all the way up. Slide the left fingertips down the leg, nice and light, no weight in the hand. Sweep the right arm up and over. Keeping length in the side body. Every inhale, lift your ribcage up and out of your pelvis. Breathing here. And then rising all the way up with your shoulders. We're going to now pivot to our left leg. So we're going to come to face the back of our mat. So turning the left toes, spiraling with the left knee. And we'll begin in that runner's stretch or half split. So left toes facing up, coming towards your face. Pulling left hip back, right hip forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades and lengthen the spine. Find that Ujjayi breath. Nice work. Coming into your low lunge. Breathing here. Now remember that you can lift your upper body up if that's what feels good in your body today, or you can keep it down, whatever you'd like. Find your breath. All right, we'll begin to transition. Take a full inhale here. And as you exhale, pull your hips back for a half split. Breath in, coming forward. Breath out, coming back. Breath in. Breath out. Okay. Now we're going to do a similar movement, but all a little higher. Curl your right toes under. Lift that right knee and come into a lunge with your fingertips on the ground. So really squeezing those legs towards one another and pushing your feet into the ground so that you're not collapsing into your hips. Breath in here and breath out. Straighten your front leg. Bring your hips back. Breath in, come forward. Bend through that front knee. Breath out, take it back. One more. Nice work. Now this back toe is going to spiral so that your foot is parallel with that short edge of the mat. Keep the left fingertips either on the ground or on your left shin and peel the right arm all the way up towards the sky. Here we are in a triangle pose. Breathing. Use the strength of your obliques here so that your bottom hand could just float away if it needed to. One more breath. Use those obliques, slowly come all the way up. This time turn all 10 toes to face forward. Heels slightly out, toes slightly in, yeah. And we'll fold forward. Before we do that, interlace your hands behind your low back. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Drive the hands to the ground. Lift the heart. Big breath in. Now release the hands, bend through the knees just gently. Hinge from the hips and fold forward. Finding your breath here. You can play with bringing weight into your toes and into your heels. And we'll slowly walk our fingers towards the right. Pivot the right heel in. Keep the right hand on the ground or on the shin, wherever it feels good for you. And then lift your left arm all the way up. Start to press your right hip forward, left hip peels back. And we're into triangle. Breathing in. Breathing out. Find your breath. Use the strength of your obliques. Pull yourself all the way up. Now your back left foot, your heel is going to lift. Spin on the toes to bring your hips to face forward. Nice. We're into a lunge. Deep bend through your knees. And then lower your hands to the ground. Breath in here. Breath out. Pull it back. Straighten the front leg. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, breath out. Nice work. Gazing up at your hands and your front leg, slowly bring your left foot to meet your right into a forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift and lengthen. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Yes. And fold forward. Bend the knees and slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms all the way up. Big stretch up. And as you exhale, let's sit low into a chair pose. 3 full breaths here. Guide your rib cage in. Engage your core, but allow the belly to expand with breath. It's incredibly difficult. So just focusing your mind there. And when this is complete, we'll fold forward. From here, guide the toes slightly out, heel slightly in. You may need to even widen your stance and then lower the hips for a yogi squat. Breathing here, guiding the elbows to the inside of the thighs. Find a little length here, lift your chest a little higher, sink your hips a little lower. Breath in and breath out. Having a little fun, we're going to slowly lower. There will be a drop. Bring those hands out in front of you for balance. Lower your hips to the ground. Lift the feet for bow pose. Lift the heart here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down your back. Breathing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the feet on the ground. Allow the soles of the feet to come together. Knees open wide for butterfly. This is going to be our rest. Take a full breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, allow the body to drape over your feet here. Coming back to your breath. Breathing here. And slowly rolling all the way up. Plant your feet on the ground and roll vertebrae by vertebrae down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprawl out the legs, sprawl out the arms. If you have time, stay here for 3 to 5 minutes. If you don't, just complete 5 rounds of breath with me, encouraging each breath to be a little longer, a little smoother, a little softer. Final breath in. Final breath out through the mouth. When you're ready, gently blink your eyes several times. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, and the jaw. Take a little stretch if you'd like. And then roll over to one side and gently press yourself up. It's been my pleasure, my honor to guide you through your practice. Namaste.